If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please consider hitting the like button. It really does help the video out, even if I don't deserve it because I'm terrible at video games. And if you want to follow me on Twitter for absolutely no reason, the link for that is down below. If you do need any coins, head over to u7buystore.com. Use the code TVM at checkout for a discount. The link is in the description. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the FM Road to Glory. We are now in charge of Tranmere Rovers in League 2. The club finished 15th last season. If you missed the last episode, then you'll know all about this. But we won the league with Cumbrae Celtic on the final day, which is by far the fastest I've ever got promotion from the second tier of Welsh football to the top and then to win the league. I didn't do it back to back, but we did it close enough. Now, as you can see, we've made some transfers. There is a player that has gone out to the club that hasn't registered here. So let's go back and have a little look, see if we can see who that is. So Jonathan Afolabi, who was the top goal scorer last season, has gone to Dundee. Now, I got, what did that just say? 350,000 with a potential cost rising to 400,000. That is a lot of money for us right now, and I was more than happy to take it. He wanted to go, he wanted to test himself at a bigger club. So it is what it is. He's gone back to Scotland, which is fine by me, because to be fair, he didn't look that good on paper anyway. He was the top goal scorer in the league, so he must have been doing something right. But yeah, on paper, just wasn't quite there. Now, I'm going to run through these players very quickly. So we've sold Ryan Leake, which for a defender, not a great name. To be fair, he's actually pretty good. I wanted to keep him, but he said at this stage of his career, he feels like he should be playing in League 1 and that we probably couldn't offer him that. So, yeah, well, obviously this season we couldn't. How old is he? 26. Honestly, I'm looking to be in League 1 within the next season, if not 2 seasons max, and he just wasn't having any of it. So he's gone to Peterborough, who will probably get relegated next year. So I've signed 12 players. That's a lot of players. That's a new squad, kind of. Hiram Boateng, going in no particular order whatsoever, and every single one of these were out of contract. I put all the transfer budget into the wage. I went and negotiated with my current squad and released a lot of players that were on high wages that just weren't that great, and they've gone. So we still have a hell of a lot of money to spend in terms of wages. Could probably bring in another, 3, possibly 4 top, like League 2 players. Don't really need to, though, I think. I haven't put all this into the tactics screen just yet, so I don't really know squad depth and all that. But, I mean, as a central midfield player who's box-to-box and capable of defending, Hiram Boateng, definitely a good player. Dan Sweeney is going to be our... did I bring him in as a... I didn't bring him in as a centre-back. He's capable of playing centre-back, but he's not fast enough. The rain on the window is absolutely mental. So what I've done is I've brought him in as a replacement central midfield player. And I say replacement, he is quite literally going to be a fringe player. He will play when players are fatigued and not an awful lot of else, really. I mean... He's decent, don't get me wrong. He is all right, but he won't get first-team football, that's for sure. Brandon Mason from Port Vale is going to be our new left-back. His crossing, I wish, was better, but he was the best crosser of the ball who knew how to tackle, and I wanted someone who actually knew how to tackle. I didn't want someone with 6 or 7 tackling, but knew how to cross the ball, because they need to know how to do a little bit of both. So I think former Coventry coming in. Up next is Timmy Odusina, former Norwich City. Looks pretty damn tasty. Again, he was more backup. He's not going to be our main centre-back, I don't think, and it's because his work rate is a little bit on the low side. But for League 2, he looks pretty decent. He is the player I went and signed when Leek said that he wanted to leave, so it's kind of like for like, even though Leek is a little bit better and not as expensive. Up next is Macaulay Southam Hales. I'm going to call him Hales. Now, he's actually a wing-back, kind of. I mean, annoyingly, I just said I didn't want to sign someone who can't defend, but who can cross. The right-back position is a problem position. There are no players available on the market who can tackle let alone tackle and cross. So this was the best of both worlds, unfortunately. The lesser of two evils, if you will. So at least he knows how to dribble and cross and he's not slow, but ask him to make a challenge and we may have some problems. So the right side at the moment is my only real concern. Timmy Abraham. I had a battle on my hands with this guy. He wanted about 8 grand. See, so his contract is about that long, full of bonuses and clauses and all the rest of it. He's got match highest earner clause, and he's got team of the year bonuses, goal and assist bonuses. Honestly, if he scores 1 goal, we may go bankrupt. But I think he's probably going to be, as a striker, very, very quick. Good natural fitness on him. He's got one hell of a jumping reach as well. Not the best in the air, but good jumping reach. We are going to go into that crossing mentality this season. And he's got decent finishing with good composure. Happy to bring Timmy Abraham in. I'm actually really surprised that he wanted to join us, as I am with Rolando Aarons. Versatile and very good with it as well. So I think he's probably going to be left-sided because he is left-footed. And again, not as much as Timmy Abraham, but does have a pretty lengthy contract in terms of clauses and bonuses and such. And you can understand why. He's got yellow and one green stat everywhere. Most of the stats are in the right place as well. He's probably going to be an inverted winger attack on that side. So the composure, the decisions, the off the ball. The only bad thing about him is his long shots, which we don't really encourage here anyway. So that's pretty damn good. Probably the star signing of the window so far. Up next is David Agbontahoma. Butchered. Is he going to play first team football? I don't really know. I liked his tackling, his marking, his heading, and the fact that he wasn't particularly slow, and he's got a very good jumping reach. He doesn't have much. I mean, he's got good concentration, but he's got nothing else. No work rate, no positioning, no off the ball, no determination, terrible decision making, can't pass for love nor money. So probably some sort of like replacement backup, or maybe even a third centre back if we need to go 3 at the back or 5 at the back, if you will. Daryl Horgan, a lot of people will know who he is. A very good, very, very good player. I hijacked this. Again, he was on his way to Dundee, I think, or back to Hibs. I can't remember which one. He's going to Scotland, either way. And I hijacked it. He was already in contract negotiations, and I went in and I offered just that little bit more. He is a player that I think is going to make a huge difference this season, just because of he's got loads of experience. Don't tend to sign older players, but I know 31 isn't crazy old anymore. But yeah, I think his experience is going to really help. Not that he's got a great leadership stat, but still, I think he's going to be a good player. Ronnie Stutter. Let's hope he doesn't stutter in front of goal. Former Chelsea. I mean, 19 years of age, so former Chelsea doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be great, but he will be probably a pressing forward. He might end up being an advanced forward. I haven't really worked out who's going where yet, but he will play as a striker, and I have brought him in for the starting 11. The beautiful thing about him is his physical and mental game is beautiful. Those are the things that it's actually very hard to train, because you can't really train a mental. I mean, you can, but it's not easy. Technical attributes, yes, his technique. I mean, you can teach technique, you can teach finishing, you can teach first touch, and all the rest of it. I would say it's the easiest, but in terms of Football Manager, I think it'll be the easiest to develop. So he could actually turn into a very good player, not worth a crazy amount of money, but still pretty good. Bear in mind, all these were free, so we're only paying wages. We didn't even have to pay for them to like leave the club or anything. So when it does actually come to sell these in the future, we may end up getting, say, for example, between 200 and 400k for Alex Hunt. A very good player, one of the best we've signed this window. Not quite as good as Rolando Aarons, I don't think, but obviously different positions. But again, he is going to be huge this season because he's so well-rounded. He's got a lot of really good stats. And finally, Sam Lavelle. Really, really good player. He will be one of my main centre-backs. I think our centre-back, I think his name is Jackson, he will be my main centre-back this season. So that was the team. That was the team that I had there. All those players and those subs, those are the only ones that I thought were worthy of staying. And to be honest, I don't really think Burley, he's defensively, yeah, he's fine, but he cannot cross that ball at all. And it's the same on the left-hand side, Burrows. He's okay defensively, but he cannot cross the ball. I do like the fact that he's super versatile. So if we really need to play him anywhere, we can. He's one of the most versatile players in the game. That is crazy. Not that he's very good with it. Watson is okay. Again, he can't really defend, so he will probably be some sort of backup, even though he is a 3-star player. And then Hendry on that left-hand side is decent, but I think he may end up switching into some sort of striker for me, because we already have someone who can play on that left-hand side now in Horgan. And then the rest of these were the only ones with any real quality. So having gone through the entire thing, squad depth and all the rest of it, I've signed maybe one centre-back too many, but that's neither here nor there, really. We already had Tom Davis, who is decent. He's not really quick enough, so I'm thinking it may be difficult finding a suitable club that can accommodate my wage demands. Well, yeah, let me worry about that. Yeah, I've got an awful lot of defenders. Have I bought Robbie? I didn't buy Robbie Caps, did I? No, he was a player that was already there as a youngster. He's alright, but I'm going to send him down to the under-18s, because we don't really need him there. But yeah, we do have far too many defenders. But I think we're capable in the midfield, in the centre. We've got a couple of players who can play left and right side. I just need that striker to complete the starting 11, and then maybe to get another striker in as backup, because at the moment we only have Charlie Jolly, and we know... I mean, Callum Hendry can play as a striker, and to be fair, he's not terrible. It's just his composure lets him down rather badly, actually. His concentration, decisions and composure are the only... I say the only problems. They are pretty big problems. But I think for now, what is he, right-footed? And Abraham is also right-footed, which is a bit of a shame. But for now, that completes the starting 11. And we're pretty good all over the pitch, really. I don't have too many complaints. Well, I've got 10,000 transfer budget, but I don't think that's going to... Oh, dear. Let me... Oh, I thought we had a lot of money left. We do not. That could be a problem. We're spending 11,000 a week over the wage. So not the first game of the season, but the first test of the season. It is our final friendly before we jump into the league, and it's against Liverpool. I forgot that I actually signed Ronnie Stutter. Had a look at the entire team. Went and had a look for a new striker. Couldn't get one on loan without giving him wage. Couldn't afford to give anyone a wage. Managed to get the wage bill down so that we're spending between 9 and 10,000 over what we should. So we've saved about 1,500 somewhere from getting rid of some players, renegotiating a few players' contracts slightly lower down. But I haven't really made a dent in it. So I'm probably going to get punished for it at some point, but there's nothing I can do about it now unless we try and sell someone that we've just bought. So, for example, I was looking at... Where is he? Not that defender. There's another central defender somewhere. Oh, this guy. He's worth... Oh, maybe not so much him then, because he's worth 250,000. But, I mean, if I could get rid of him off the wage, it would... obviously take 2.2k off it, and if I could get like 100 to 200k for him, that would go back onto the wage, and that would save a lot of money as well. Maybe not quite get us out of the hole, but I was thinking of doing something like that. I don't know how easy it would be to shift someone on who's literally just signed. He's down as a star player as well, so it's going to be a matter of time before he's unhappy, that's for damn sure. But we're going to go into the game. I'll worry about that after. Going to go into the game against Liverpool. Going to play a 4-2-4. Going to get absolutely destroyed, but at least we'll see roughly where we are in terms of quality. So the Liverpool team, for some reason, they have a FIFA Fair Play Fair badge rather than the Liverpool badge there. I don't know why. But there we are. A lot of subs to choose from for both sides. They don't have like many first team players in there. Joel Matip, of course, Andy Robertson. Is that really it? I mean, obviously, we are a fair few years into the future, 3 years or so into the future now, so I don't know whether Curtis Jones would be a starting player. I know that in my Brentford save, they actually got rid of him about maybe this time, maybe next year. They just released him on a free and we picked him up. In terms of the bench, again, Bobby Firmino, Diogo Jota, Naby Keita possibly are the only real first team players that I can see there that I recognise anyway. I know that Francisco Conceição player is a very, very good player. Don't give us even half a chance, to be honest, but we've not lost a pre-season game so far. It'll be interesting to see how we get on. Going to stick with it for the entire friendly. We are at home, not that being away against Liverpool would be that much of an away game anyway. It's literally like over the water, but yeah, not bad. If we can just show up and give a good account of ourselves, maybe don't concede more than 4 and score 1, maybe score 2, I'd be happy. It's a good team that they have. I've set up for corners, not well apparently. We've got a really good central defender who has got a very good jump in reach and is decent in the air as well. I think he's 16 jump in reach, maybe 15 heading. Mason makes his way into the area, and that is a waste. But to be fair, we've had a very, very good start. We have been the team that have been the more dominant. Not that we can read too much into it, because Liverpool are one of those teams, and in terms of quality, they are so much better than we are. They literally could sleep for 89 minutes and then for the final minute just score 4. So we do need to be wary of that. It is a friendly, of course. Perez is in and he misses what would have been a pretty good goal. Yeah, it is a friendly, so I'm not overly bothered, but at the same time, it would be nice to give a good account of ourselves. The really strange thing about this, and I don't quite understand it, the board are expecting. They don't want, they are expecting automatic promotion. Not even playoff. They expect automatic. The players want to be pushing for the title, and the media expectation is 11th. I'm really confused with this. 0-0 at half-time against this Liverpool team is actually pretty damn good. We've not hit the target with a shot, which is a little bit concerning. We've had hardly any of the ball, but we are drawing with Liverpool. Not the first team, but still a very good Liverpool side in comparison to what we have out there. So, yeah, I don't really understand how the media can say that we're going to finish 11th and the board are expecting us to win the league. The players think we can win the league. And the league position that we finished with last year was 15th. I think they were like 7 or 8 points clear of the relegation zone by the end, by the 46th game. They were about 7 points clear of the relegation zone. How they can honestly expect to get promoted is beyond me. Diogo Jota has hit the post. Early signal of intent from Liverpool in the second half. They've obviously made at least one sub, if not more, as well. I will make subs. I know it's a friendly, and we should be giving people a run out to get some fitness up. A lot of them have played in the under-18s. The subs and the reserves to try and get the fitness up a little bit quicker, and they only played like 2 days ago against Aston Villa. Not quite sure how they got on, but they have played some football recently, so they won't be 100% fit. Williams goes in, good save from Brzezowski. Can't say that guy's name, no idea. I just read it and quickly decided. Elliott with a corner, comes into Jones, it's cleared. I tell you what, I wanted to concede no more than 4, and I wanted to score a goal. It's 0-0, we're not doing too badly. I mean, we're starting to hang on now because they are getting a little bit of the ball and what have you, but for an hour of football with no goals conceded, I'm quite happy. Let's have a little look. Oh, they are all fully fit, to be fair. Should we just make a hell of a lot of subs? Let's bring on Charlie Jolly for Stutter, first and foremost. This is how you get acquainted with some of the players as well. So we'll bring on Callum Hendry for Timmy Abraham. Keep having to call it, remember it's Timmy, not Tammy. Who else can we bring on here as well? Ryan Watson in the midfield, maybe for Boateng. I need... This is how you remember as well whether you've got enough depth in your squad as well. So we can bring him on the left. Oh, hello. Bring him on the left. Morris can come on the left instead of Aaron's. Yeah, so in terms of the right side, we don't really have anyone who can play on the right. Timmy Abraham can play on the right, and Rolando Aarons can play on the right. So we may have to, and Ronnie Stutter can as well. So we may have to rotate everything. We're obviously not going to be making 5 or 6 subs at a time here, but I think Burley can come on instead of Hales, and we'll bring on one of the centre backs maybe instead of Jackson. And I think that'll do for now. That is going to significantly weaken the team, so the fact that we haven't scored up until now probably means we're not going to, unless we can get a goal off a set piece, which Keller is equal to. But it probably means that we're going to end up conceding now, which I wouldn't be too sad about, to be fair. Corner comes in, and Lavelle, that's the guy, Sam Lavelle. You will know this guy by the end of the season. I got really excited then. It's a friendly, calm down. Lavelle is a player, like I said, you will know by the end of the season. The reason being is because he is the best header of the ball that we have, and we are heavily set up for that corner routine and set pieces in general. I'm not sure if we're on play for set pieces, but we probably should be. The interesting thing about this is it's not changed to my older system. Oh, I don't know whether I should be. I mean, we do have the pace maybe to pass into space, but I don't know whether tempo was up as high as it was. Interesting. I'm going to have a little look at that. Ball comes in from the corner from Conceição. Brzezowski, which is how I'm going to say it, is equal to it. Brzezowski? No idea. Here's Lavelle, who wears gloves. Can't condone football players wearing gloves. I don't care how cold it is. You don't need gloves. Ball comes in, back post, well defended. Gordon was on it as well. That would have been 1-1. I tell you what, if we can beat Liverpool, that really does set up this season well. I'm going to bring Merry on for Hunt. No, I'm not. I'm going to bring Ollie Wright on instead. And that might be a bit... Who needs to come off? Lavelle could do with coming off. Mason could definitely do with coming off. Let's bring Mason off. And yeah, Horgan possibly. The problem with Horgan is I don't have a right-sided player, so the only thing I could probably do is bring him on as like a DM, kind of like let's put him like a half-back. That'll do. It's only a friendly that I would very much like to win. 2 shots on target, 1 goal, 2 minutes left. And we are beating a Premier League outfit as a League 2 team. What a legacy. I might just resign. That was insane. Not the most exciting game of football to watch, I'm sure. But the fact that we've just beaten Liverpool, probably I wouldn't say the first time ever, but I don't remember Tranmere ever beating Liverpool in my lifetime. I mean, maybe it has happened, but I can't think, even as a friendly, I can't think of a time that it has happened. We played them a handful of times, I'm sure. But that was a banging result. Very, very happy about that. In terms of the league fixtures and what have you, we are going to come... I mean, look at that for a set of friendlies. Very, very nice. We're going to come down now into Solihull Moors, and we're going to play them. We're going to skip over Hull. I don't really care about the league. The next time we come back will probably be a significant time down. Maybe we'll play the first batch and come back for Bristol Rovers and Mansfield. I've got absolutely no idea what teams are meant to be at the top of the league at this stage. Obviously, in real life, I know the sort of top 5 or 6 teams in the league. But in terms of this, 3 or 4 seasons into it, where people have gone up and down and sold and bought and whatever, I don't really know the teams we're expected to beat, and I don't really know how good we are in terms of the league. The fact that we've just beaten Liverpool 1-0, though, does suggest that I think, because they had a pretty decent team out, I think that suggests that we should be looking to finish in at least the playoffs. And if we don't, I think the board are going to be very unhappy anyway. But that's going to do it for today's episode. I will try and get back for tomorrow, but if not, it will definitely be the day after. But if you have enjoyed that and you're looking forward to the Tranmere chapter in this FM Road to Glory, do me a favour and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.